Hi everyone, this is Tuplex. Welcome back. Today we're going to start setting up red circuits and continue our fight against entropy and biters. Speaking of biters, however, our base is incredibly vulnerable right now. You know, I do have some turrets around the perimeter, but much of our base is completely unprotected. And I'm starting to feel a little bit nervous about that. So what I'd like to do is start making some walls. And my thought is that in the areas where these, where these sections are complete, or maybe just outside this edge here, we can start walling things in and, lining it with turrets and start to set up some defenses for the starter base at least. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to place 2 factories here to start making walls. These just take 5 stone brick each. So I'll make a couple iron chests. And we'll just put one there, one there. Okay, and I'll just let those chests fill up. Okay, and I've already got some here with me, so I won't take any more. And actually, I don't even really want to use it right now. I just want to start making it, so I'll put the walls that I already had in those chests. Okay, good. So that'll give that something to do. We've got a full chest of landfill now, which is great. It wouldn't be a bad idea to start filling up another one. And between these 2 activities, we will be using up lots and lots of stone. Okay, so in the last episode, we finished making plastic. And now we need to get that plastic brought down to our main bus. And this is yet another thing that I didn't really plan enough space for. Oh, yeah, I had a bunch of stone brick and I turned it into wall sections. That's why I don't have it anymore. Let me grab some brick. I'll just pull it out of these furnaces. There we go. And what I'm going to do is extend this path here. And this will represent the lower extremity of the main bus. We probably don't even really need this much space, but as we're starting to see elsewhere in the build, having too much space is preferable to not having enough. And often what we think is too much space turns out to not be the case. Okay, so we're going to have science packs up here. We've got copper, we've got iron, we've got steel, stone, brick, stone, coal. We've got green circuits. We're going to have red circuits and blue circuits. 1, 2. Let's use yellow. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. All right. So this will be 2 green, and then we'll have 1 red and 1 blue. And then we can use these other belts for other items. Okay. So I think I will bring the plastic down here. That'll be our belt for plastic. And I suppose I could, maybe I could sneak it down. Yeah, I could sneak it down here. I suppose. No, I need that space. I'm going to need another line of copper going up there. I think I'm going to have to just bring it down here and just do the best that I can with it. Okay, so this is not ideal, but we kind of designed ourselves into a corner. Three, yeah, we'll go down like that. Oh, man. Okay. Well, it could be worse, I suppose. All right, I'll bring it down there. Maybe we'll do red circuits over on this side. Oops. Let's see. I need another radar over here. So let's go put one of those in place. I'm going to need to pick up some supplies as well. But first we'll get another radar put down. What about right here? Yeah, I think that's a good place for it. Okay. Yeah, we've got the mall, we've got science. We could do blue science next to military. Yeah, and we'll do... Whoops. We'll do red circuits down below. All right, so let me copy this. I'm going to include tiles, and I'm going to exclude all of the belts and other stuff. I just want this pattern that I should be able to flip upside down. Yeah. And then we can blueprint it down here. All right, so it's going to go something like this. Okay, and then let's go and get as much stone brick as we can carry. I'm not going to be able to do anything here really because that stone patch is in the way. Although I could bring this down and then I'll just limit my stone mining to the portion within the walls and I can put the red circuits there. Okay. Yeah, so let's do that. First we'll clear some more trees. get... Am I out of big power poles? Guess I am. There we go. Okay. Yeah, I think that's about as much stone as I can get. One thing we can do to help this, though, is we can replace part of that with red belt and then put a red splitter there. That'll help us get the stone out more quickly. Okay. Okay, and then let's mark out the correct height. So I'm just going to copy that. Again, I'm going to include the tiles. Flip it upside down and paste that down. And then that'll be where the top of this has to go. All right, so that way the height and the width of these slots will be the same. I call them slots just because that's what we called them in one of the factories I used to work in. I work in manufacturing, so this game was pretty natural fit for me. Okay. There we go. Yeah, in fact, I found this game because as part of my job at one point, I was setting up simulations of a manufacturing process, you know, to try to engineer some efficiency improvements and things like that. And I was really enjoying playing with the software and setting things up. And I thought to myself, man, it would be really cool if there was a game where you did this kind of thing. And then I started just searching for, you know, factory games, and that's how I found Factorio. Okay, so let's make red circuits. First, let's get supplies. I need, I think I'm doing good on inserters, but I do want to pick up some more ammo. I'm going to need some factories. Pardon me. And I need more red belts. I'll take a stack of undergrounds. I'll take some splitters. I know I need power poles. And I'll take those. And that's all I got room for. Oh yeah, and the ammo. Need to refill my ammo. And then I can also make a few handfuls. Well, I'll just make a bunch of underground pipes. That'll use up a lot of those straight pipes and help clear that out of the inventory as well. Okay. So red circuits are fairly simple to make. Let's see. 1, 2. No, we need 1, 2. 1, 2, 3, 4. Right, that way we can have a full belt. And actually, let's move it over even one more. Okay, so red circuits take every 6 seconds. They need 4 copper cables, 2 electric circuits, and 2 plastic bars. And what we'll find is that this works out, the copper cable to red circuits works out to a ratio of 6 to 1. right? Because these need 4 every 6 seconds. With 6 of these, we need 4 per second. And copper cables are produced 2 every half second or 4 per second. All right, so every 6 machines, we need 1 machine making the copper cable. And what we can do is just run a red belt down the side. And then we will feed it. I guess we can do it right there. We'll feed it copper on the inside. That's for this to take out. And then we'll output the copper cable onto the far side of the belt. Okay, so it'll be a shared belt between copper and copper cable. And then we'll pick up here. And yellow inserters are okay because we only need 4 every 6 seconds. That's no problem for yellow inserters. Okay, I'm throwing some lights. All right, so that's the first part of the job. So let's get the copper brought down here. Make sure I keep this lined up. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. I'm going to start using red belt components here. Let's see. I should probably have a splitter right there. But yeah, we need to think about upgrading that to red belt at some point. Okay. So we got that part done. Now we also need plastic and green circuits, which we can put on another shared belt down this side. And I'm just thinking now if there's another way that we could do it. Because we're eventually going to need a very long row of these things. And let's see, if I look at my planner, it's hard to tell. Well, anyway, I'm going to have, on the output side, I'm going to have 1 red belt, right? Or it could be, yeah, let's say 1 red belt. So what I'm wondering is if there's a way that I could have my red belt coming out and then have one red belt full of green circuits and the red belt full of plastic, and then be able to feed this on 2 sides. Let's see if we can figure out a way to do that. All right, so we would need that coming in from that belt. That could be our output. And if we do that, then we could bring it in from this belt. And that should work. All right, so let's try that. Let's have this one be circuits. And we'll have this one be plastic. Okay. Yeah, nice. All right, I think that'll work. And then on this side, it's going to be like that and like that. And like that and like that. Actually, these can be yellow inserters as well. Right, so we don't even need any blue inserters, just because it's a fairly slow process. Okay, and then we need copper brought down here. It moves over every time I step on a belt, and then I don't know if I'm still in the right place. Okay, let's set output priority on the right. There we go. Okay. So let's now copy that. And I'm going to shift left click. By the way, somebody had asked about this in the comments. How do you get blueprints to go down when there's something in the way? And you have to hold the shift key. So if you hold the shift while you left click, you'll be able to place on top of stuff that already exists. Like for example, over here, if I wanted to place on top of that rock, I could hold down shift and then it'll allow it. And then it'll deconstruct the rock first and then put the units down. Okay. Something... Okay. Yeah. That's not right, is it? Okay, back to the drawing board. All right, so how about if we only jump across the red inserters? Is that going to work? No, see, now I have a problem. Shoot, maybe this isn't going to work after all. Because how do I get from that belt? All right, let's just try to solve for one side at a time here. All right, I'm going to pick up all these inserters. I know there's a way to do it because we're doing something similar with the labs. Okay, so what if it's like this? Okay, that works on both sides, right? Okay, so I'm going to pick all this up. I'm going to pick all that up. All right, now if I blueprint that, 1, 2, let's see if the whole thing starts working. Yeah. Okay, great. All right, and then I'm going to copy. Actually, I don't need that. I'm going to copy all of it. And it just doesn't fit. That's a bummer. Okay, well, we'll just have to, we'll make an exception in this case. I'll move the path just for this section. Or I can move it for this whole side of the base. I guess if it's not exactly the same length as the top, that won't be a big problem. I think it's more important that the entire length is the same on any given side. All right, so let's filter this. I only want it to pick up stone path. Let's see if that'll work. Nope. This is rather slow, isn't it? Okay, let's see. There we go. Okay. And then I just press the Alt key to make the graphics go away, or the icons go away. That way I can see whether the machines are running or not. Because you can see the animation on top of the assembler. Okay. All right, so then in this case, we would want to, we can put the path right here. That's okay. Okay, there we go. All right, and I'll pick that up. We don't need that right now. Let's put a turret, at least one over here. And we should put another one, let's say here. Okay. That should be okay for now. All right, so we've got red circuits. Let's get these put onto the bus. Like that. Yeah, great. And I'm saying great because a lot of the times when depending on where I put the red circuits, when I put it on the bus, sometimes I have to go in two different directions. But in this case, I don't, because everything that requires red circuits are to the left of it, right? So the other thing that we can do now is we can put red circuits into the mall, because we'll eventually need those there. Okay, so with this, we can make red circuits fast enough at least to get our blue science production going. So we will get into that next time. We're also going to need engines, so I think I'll probably set up a little engine factory right here. I like to make a lot of engines because we will be using those to make bots in addition to science packs, and we'll be using them to make trains at some point. So it's useful to have a lot of engines, and I'll put those on the bus along with all the other stuff. Okay, so that'll do it for today. Thanks a lot for watching once again. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.